Welcome to another episode of Chopstick Travel. I'm Luke Martin and today is day 2 here in Shanghai. Today we have another exciting episode. We are going to be taking you across the city to find the most hidden local gems. The first place we want to try is all the way on the other side of the city, so we have to go jump on the metro to get there, but I know it's going to be a delicious breakfast, so let's go. So we have come way out of our way to the South Shanghai railway station. I heard the best Jianbing in the city is located at this station. It's called Man Jianbing, and we are almost there. We have made it to this spot. It wasn't easy. We had to find our way through some locked doors, and there's barely anything around here except for a line outside of this small shop. So we're in line now, waiting. Gonna get our breakfast soon. We have our Jianbing. This is potentially the most famous Shanghainese breakfast. It is a very interesting preparation indeed. This place is so cool. So the way that he's making it is he's using almost the same device that you make pottery with, the rotating plate. He spins the plate and lays some batter on top very thinly. Then he uses sort of like a scrape to thin the dough very thinly, and the way that it works the dough is so interesting. I've never seen anything like it. It becomes sort of a glob and keeps rotating until it's completely evenly laid out. Then he breaks a couple eggs on top, evens those out, sprinkles a little bit of green onions, a little bit of cilantro if you like it, and then you can pick from a menu of various different ingredients for the toppings. We went with just lettuce, but they also put in, no matter what, a couple other ingredients. So they put a little bit of a sweet sauce. You can pick chili sauce if you want that. They put some pickles inside, and then they also put a deep fried cracker. So this is the final result. It looks so good, and this place is famous because theirs is so big compared to the competitors, I guess, and also because the preparation method is just really, really cool. So I'm gonna break into this. It's folded up nicely into sort of like a burrito. Let me try it. Oh yeah. That is even better than I expected. That is so, so good. I've had a lot of Jianbing before. This one is different. The contrast in textures is really what makes this so delicious, because that outer wrap is very chewy with a little bit of an egginess to it, and then that crunchy cracker inside has sort of crumbled into a brittle. It's very simple, but very good. I'd say it was worth it. That was quite the journey to get here, but man, this is delicious. So after the long journey, it's finally time for you to try?
I think it's gonna be worth it because it smells so good, and I'm sure it tastes better than it smells, so let's try it out. Oh wow, I like all those textures in there. That's really good.
Very simple, but very delicious. I definitely think it's worth it to come out here and wait in line for this place. Otherwise, there wouldn't be anyone out here because there's barely anything around, but it is quite the journey. So if you're a street food lover like us or a Jianbing lover, you gotta try this place out.
Yum.
just took the taxi to the complete other side of the city to try this Guangdong style restaurant, which is a province in the south of China, and it looks like it's gonna be pretty good. This is the restaurant behind me here. They're serving a couple different things. We came mainly for their deep fried pork chop, which Sabrina is in line for right now, but they also serve duck. So the owner or one of the workers just took me into the back room, sort of the refrigeration room, where they're storing the ducks and then they're roasting them in this big, huge oven. They also have Bing, which is a very popular Shanghainese breakfast food. So I think we're gonna get the pork chop and maybe one of the Bing. But the duck, I think you either have to buy half a duck or a full duck. So I don't think we're gonna get any duck because it's just the two of us, but really cool atmosphere. This restaurant's really busy and it's in a very traditional feeling part of town. We fought our way to the front of the line, but we finally got our pork chops.
Yep, pork chop. And we also have a Bing as well, which is like a scallion pancake that's fried in oil. So we're just trying to find a place that we can sit down and eat it because there's a lot here.
So we found ourselves a place to sit down just outside of this park, and we have our deep fried pork chop here, which I'm really excited to try. It honestly just looks like a hunk of deep fried pork, sort of like fish and chips style, but with pork. And the lineup was huge. Let me move this one out of the way so we can see what's going on underneath here. So this little box has been filled with a sauce, and then underneath you can see there are these little fried bread, so these little fried bings, and they've been soaking in sauce, and then they've also drizzled on a different type of sauce onto the top here. So I'm just gonna go in, try to dip a little bit. This is kind of awkward to eat, but let me try to take a big bite of this. That's not very good. Oh. It's like 90% batter and a very tiny, thin little bit of pork on the inside. And the batter's not even really crispy. Maybe we waited too long, it's starting to get soggy. So I've sort of peeled off the batter of the pork chop, and honestly it's a lot better once you get rid of all of that batter. The sauce is actually not bad. Overall not that great, but it's okay. Next up is the Bing, or the green onion pancake. The way they make it's pretty cool. They use this dough that they thin out and then they rub it with some oil and then mix in the green onions, and actually this one has a little bit of pork inside, and then they roll it up and flatten it out and then fried once again in oil, and feels really crispy on the outside. So let me try this. That's pretty good. I definitely prefer that over the pork chop. However, it is still very oily, a little bit dry. The flavor of the green onions is nice, and it's really, really crispy on the outside. You can see very crispy and sort of chewy in the middle. Lots of green onions.
Did you hear that crunch? This is also actually a little bit soggy. I think it's a little bit too saturated with oil. Maybe the temperature wasn't right. But if I had one word to describe a Bing, it would be flaky. Just check that out.
So we are taking a break from eating today to visit People's Square, this park right in the center of Shanghai. You're surrounded by skyscrapers, lots of green space, really peaceful, nice place to come and relax, get in the shade and get out of the sun. is a lot going on in that park. Lots of performances, different music, singing, dancing. And one thing to note that is a lot different, for example, from Europe, is that none of those people are asking for money. They're all just out having a good time and free to enjoy for the public.
We are at a shop called Jie Tong Bao. This is a soup dumpling restaurant, and this is the original location. Although they have tons across the city, you can check out them all, but this is the original and the most authentic. So we're gonna head in once we get out of line.
So we are sitting down at the restaurant now. It's completely packed out with lots of tourists and lots of locals, and we ordered up the half crab, half pork soup dumplings. So they have arrived. They're actually quite small, served in the steam basket. It looks like we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 of these. And they look really, really good. Super thin wrappers. So there's also some sauce on the table. It's a mixture of soy sauce and vinegar. And I'm gonna take one of these little guys, dump it in the vinegar soy sauce mixture. Oh yeah. So I've never actually had a soup dumpling that had crab meat inside. It's actually very strong, slightly overpowering, I would say. The pork flavor, you can't really taste it, but very juicy inside those dumplings. Very thin wrapper. These things are just perfect little flavor bombs, little pockets of juice. I think my favorite part about them is just how much soup is packed into the little dumpling. And you can tell how authentic a soup dumpling place is by how janky the basket gets, sort of falling apart. They've definitely steamed hundreds, if not thousands, of dumplings. I'm gonna go for one more. And actually, now that I've eaten a couple, you get used to the seafood flavor. Certain dumplings have more crab meat than others and more pork than others, so it kind of evens out. That was pretty good. That is a really busy, kind of touristy restaurant actually, and I'd say the quality is fairly good. The price is a little bit expensive, but the taste is good, and I've never had them with crab meat, so that was really good. What did you think? I really like the crab meat. The seafood flavor kind of explodes as soon as you bite into it, and the soup is really strong with the seafood flavor, but I think it's really good. It tastes fresh. Yeah, bursts of flavor. So I think we're gonna head now to check out the street near here called East Nanjing Street. We are at East Nanjing Street. This is a pedestrian-only area of Shanghai. Huge road filled with all kinds of shopping, all kinds of brand names, lots and lots and lots of people, of course. This is the true feel of commercialized China. Very touristy. Some old buildings, which is kind of cool, but man, oh, I'm gonna get hit by a thing here. There's a lot going on here. So if you follow East Nanjing Street all the way to the end, a few more kilometers from here, you will get to the Bund, which is where the river is, the Oriental Pearl, all the tallest skyscrapers. We're not gonna head down there today because we're gonna wait until dinner and head to another restaurant. But check this out too. There's even an M&M store. Get all your M&M merch. What do you think? Need any M&M merch? I need all of it. We're not going in there. Okay, we are sitting down for our final spot of the day, having dinner, and this place is serving noodles. You can't come to China or Shanghai without having a good bowl of noodles, and these are called Man Jianbing, and they are sesame paste noodles. You can see all that sesame paste on top. There's a little bit of chili oil over here and green onions, and what you definitely have to do with these is you have to mix them up very thoroughly too. And I can smell the nutty aroma of the manjiang, the sesame paste. Get everything thoroughly mixed in there, and then I'll go in for a bite. almost like peanut butter. And then there's definitely quite a bit of chili oil in there. A little bit spicy. The noodles are a nice texture, but really it's the nuttiness of that sesame paste. Yeah, that was just a simply delicious bowl of noodles. One of the reasons why I love Man Jianbing so much is because the paste sticks to the noodles so well. So you can see all of the noodles are just completely coated in all the sauce that's on top of there. I love it with the green onions too. Nice, strong, fragrant green onion flavor. A little bit spicy. Whew, that was really good. Perfect way to cap off a day of eating with some hearty noodles.
Oh yeah.
So thick, like the sauce on top is really thick. Literally like peanut butter. It sticks to the noodles, just like peanut butter would stick to the roof of your mouth.
Yeah, exactly.
And spicy, it's really building on me. And we were talking to some locals and they said that even for them it's quite spicy. Shanghai people usually don't like the spicy food so much, but this place definitely had a little bit of a kick.
Yeah.
Really good day. What was your favorite thing eating?
Ooh, that's a good question. We ate a lot of good things today, but
I know what it was.
what was it?
Jianbing.
Oh, yes.
Almost forgot because it was so long ago.
It was a long time ago, but that was the best. It was so big, so fun to watch.
Oh, so good. The textures of that are incredible. I am considering going out there again before we leave. So make sure, if you haven't checked out yesterday's episode, hit the link down in the description. You can check out our tour of the Muslim street food market here in Shanghai. And stay tuned for more videos here in Shanghai and subscribe if you haven't already. So see you next time, guys. Bye.
Bye.